Well, it looks like Ray's at it again, and this time he's backing up the two fleas lies. Alright, so he says this. There had been a dispute over how Lisa was handling the funds, and I felt and still feel that at the time he may have made some misjudgments and it put it on her in an awkward decision, or not a decision, but an awkward position. Alright, well, the thing is, Mr. Bonecrusher, that $56,000 was supposed to go towards the barn. From what I understand and what I've heard and what I've seen, that money was supposed to go towards the barnuminium, but she took the money. And now she's lying about it. Then he goes on to say, the place that they were intended for and to help out Michelle and John and their little daughter, and it took a lot of hard work and coordination, and Lisa was the one that made it all happen from the very beginning. Again, she took the money that was supposed to go towards the barnuminium and kept it. It said, "Oh, this money it's mine. It's for me. It's not for none of the money is Michelle's." That's exactly what she said on her live stream. And then he goes on to say, they're here to help her in that, and I know we've all been accused of a lot of things, and everybody has their own opinion. Because she took the money, said it wasn't for Michelle, said it was for herself, and now she's going to lie about it. And then he goes on and says, get on there today because two people I know of were being accused of something that they did not do. She took that money. She didn't do it. She didn't take the money. Then why wasn't the money given to Michelle and John in sessions? You know, it could be they're hiring contractors to do that, and that's where the money is going. But show transparency. Show the receipts. Don't sit there and say that money. You said that they said that money was supposed to be for the barnuminium, but yet she took the money. She took the money and said, "It's mine. I can do whatever I want with it." How is that helping John and Michelle? I was on Lisa's live, and I heard some of the stuff that went on. I wasn't very happy with some of the things that were being Lisa was accused of, or let other people believe in the way that was verbalized. Let's put it in that way so everybody was out there questioning this particular project. Not everybody, but the people. There was a lot of people there. Okay, she took the money, and now she got called out, and now she's lying about it. Plain as simple as that. It's just plain and simple. She took the money, and now she's lying about it. Alright, then he goes on to say, it was in a live video, and in that video explaining the thoughts on David are, it so happens that Super Dave was watching my live show, and he was pretty upset with the things I was saying about David are. So he gets a hold of Wapo, and they go live, and I was getting roasted, because there were people that were watching both channels. Mr. Bonecrusher, You got roasted because this, right here, doesn't know how to shut up. Yes, you have the right to your opinion, but if your opinion is saying something that people don't like, they're going to talk about you. They're going to roast you. And then he said that he was upset over the opinions so much that I wasn't at least giving a chance at the time to explain what was going on. Oh, brother. Well, the thing about that is, Mr. Bonecrusher, is that you took up with the fleas, and you believe the lies, and you are backing up the lies of the two fleas. So if you got roasted, your channel got roasted, it's all on you. In fact, people call him Tug. I've never heard anybody getting on a channel and swearing like that when there's a child on that was apparently somewhere, because I heard the child talk and it sounded like a young child. I don't know how old this guy's children are, but I can tell you in my entire life, I've never talked like that in a dispute with and in front of my children. Okay, first of all, it's Tug's channel. It's Tug's channel. It's Tug's platform. If he wants to swear while he's doing his live stream, he is entitled to do so. You don't have nothing to say about it, because it's called freedom of speech. The same thing that you cry that your right to freedom of speech has been violated. So you're telling me that that Tug can't swear in his live stream? That's just part of the way it is. I do it in my live streams, because that's who I am. That didn't sound good. Alright. So then he goes on again. I also realized that the lies that were being spewed about two individuals, which is Super Dave and Guapo, I have respect for both those individuals. I don't know how they have respect for me or not. I am multiple generations older than they are. Obviously, we don't have the same feelings about this world. Okay. Because Guapo, let me put it this way. Guapo and Stupid Dave, or Super Dave, okay, they've been saying defamatory things about Jeremy Harrels too. So they're not innocent by any standard. And then you're talking about your generation's older than he is. Well, if your generation's older than me, wouldn't your mind up here say, I need to stop talking about this because it's defaming somebody? Then he goes on to say, I've never been... Okay, at the same time, back at this age of 30, I'm just telling you, it would have been a fight, okay? Now, Super Dave, I think he's very fresh. I like listening to him because I believe he's honest. Stupid Dave, since the very beginning, since he got on with the two fleas, and you, okay, have been defaming Jeremy every chance that you get. Okay, the fella getting out there trying to get a channel up and running, and the gifts he got from David sure have been a big asset towards getting him some things that he dreamed about. And I put the comment, another grifter. That's exactly what it is, another grifter. Okay, then he goes on later and says that if they got too hateful when they're gone, unfortunately last night when I looked at that channel, I see how hateful and evil things can be, and I say the chat and seen someone in there that had this antichrist belief. So you want to talk about other people's chats? All right. First of all, if that's what that person said, then that person said that, and they have the right to say that. But you want to talk about people's chats? The people that are in your chat are also the ones that are in the Two Fleas chat. And you say some of the nastiest, vilest things about Jeremy. All of you do it. All of you do it. Okay? I watch their chats. Okay? They're just as nasty and vile as you and the Two Fleas. Come on now. I gotta light up a cigarette for this one. I mean, he goes on and on and on about stuff. It's deflection. A lot of what's going on with the Fleas and Ray is deflection. They're trying to deflect it away from what the actual truth is because they know they got caught. All right. Then he goes on and says, Beckett, please don't let these lies overwhelm your good sense of how Super David, has already been on here today. Well, the thing is, we've seen evidence. Okay? She never showed transparency about where that money went to. Okay? From what I understand, from what I heard, that the donor gave that $56,000 so that money could be put towards John and Michelle's barndominium. And then later on, in months from now, and then months later, she's going on her live stream, and I had the proof because I had the transcripts. I have notes from the transcripts. And she said that money was not supposed to be, it was not for Michelle and John, that it was her money and she could do whatever she wanted with it. She's a scammer. And like I say, I have respect for both of those guys. I couldn't let it lie when I heard the lies again. Well, you're hearing lies that Lisa is telling, and you all believe her. That's your problem. You listen to Michelle and John's lies. Excuse me. So you heard the lies from a pathological liar, mind that. And then you all just ran with it. And now Lisa's doing the same damn thing. She's deflecting. She's telling the lies that this never happened, and David never said this. And David was on her side. And quite frankly, they have the right to their opinion, and they have the right to accept any gift that they want, and they have the right to put that gift to use. And they did benefited the people that were in their channel. Grifters. Grifters grifting from each other. And then he said, it's hard for me to go in there and say that everything was wrong. I did do and how I still feel is you have to be careful of people bearing gifts. You know, beware. Know what goes with it. I have my views changed about what's going on. Well, maybe not a lot. And he said this, not a lot. I mean, I believe that he now has figured out that Lisa was putting the money exactly where she said she was. Bullshit. Okay. She took the money that was supposed to be for the barndominium and said it was her money, it wasn't Michelle's money, and she could do whatever she want with it. She's a scammer. Plain and simple. Okay. And then he goes on to say, backing me during this dispute is a person named Miyagi. Miyagi and she got hurt from this whole deal, and some things led to another. Well, you know what? This person Miyagi, has been harassing and defaming Jeremy too. And then he goes on to say that Jeremy attacked Thomas way back when. Okay, well, show proof that he attacked Jeremy way back when, or Jeremy attacked him way back when. See, you keep coming up with these accusations, but you don't have any factual proof of any of it. Well, that's it for me. You all take care, and thank you for watching.